It's DIY with the Doyles. Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. For this week's video, we are going to be doing a pantry haul, which has me really excited because to know anything about me is to know I love organization. So, when we first got into this house about 2 years ago, we did not have a pantry, which is fine. Lots of people don't have pantries. However, I needed one. I definitely needed a place to put all of the food. Stuff was just getting cluttered in my kitchen, and I couldn't take it anymore. So we had an extra closet kind of in our living room. I know it seems like a weird place, but it's a space that we're not using. And so what we did, you can see here in the photos, it was really just an empty closet. And what we did was very simple things that you can do to reuse space in your house that you thought was lost or that you thought doesn't have any purpose. So, like I said, it was an old closet that we took over, and essentially what we did is we went to our local Lowe's and we said to ourselves, let's get a sturdy shelf that we can use, that we can put in this closet space that's gonna fit and be strong enough to hold all of the different things that we have in our pantry, from canned goods to bags of potato chips and protein drinks and all different types of other things that we have in our pantry. We just needed it to be strong. Now, on our first try through this, we said, okay, let's go a little bit more inexpensive because we're not sure what we want to do yet. And we actually got a plastic shelf. That plastic shelf, I noticed, definitely started to dip under the weight of all of the things that we had in there. So at first I was like, oh, it'll be fine, don't worry about it. And then as I continued to see the dip go, I told my husband, look, we gotta go back to Lowe's, we gotta spend a little bit more money, and we gotta go ahead and get the metal one. So that is what we did. We got our metal shelf. What I decided was that even though the pantry was working, it wasn't functional. And what I mean by that is while we had the shelving, I really still couldn't find anything in my pantry, which that was another reason to drive me crazy. So, type A personality here, by the way. So obviously it wasn't gonna work. So what I decided to do was organize it a little bit. I needed to be able to see all of the different things in my pantry and not just haphazardly walk in there and look and see and hope that there's something in there that I need. So what I decided to do is I went to Target and I looked at all of the different options that they had for storage containers. What I found was, number one, I found the medium size Y-shaped basket, which is a really sturdy basket. I love this thing because I know it has a strong bottom and it's gonna be able to hold all of the things that I need, as well as a larger Y-shaped basket. And this one is also really sturdy. It's not going to bend at all, it's not gonna give, and I know it's gonna be able to hold the things that I need in it. And I decided that I wanted to put these in different locations within the pantry, so the bigger ones I'm gonna put on the bottom, the medium ones I'm gonna put closer to the top. And I also decided that I needed storage containers. So this box is empty, but I did want to show you guys. This is what I got. This is the brand. I searched on Amazon for this. Honestly, the process of looking for storage bins and containers was honestly overwhelming. There are just so many to choose from. I looked at a lot of different brands. I was contemplating going with a lot of different options, and at the end of it, I just said to myself, I really want to go to a brand that I trust, something that has been tried and true, and that people use all the time, so I did go with Rubbermaid for that, and it worked out really well, so I'm excited to get them in the pantry and show you what the progress looks like. So, we're going to start this video out by showing you what our current pantry looks like and how I'm going to make some changes in there. Come along, let's see. Okay, so as you can currently see, like I said, this was the closet, so we obviously are utilizing our closet bar, which, I mean, it's in there, you might as well use it, right? And then this is the storage unit that we got from Lowe's. Again, super sturdy. Honestly, nothing is buckled. We have a ton of weight on here, and nothing has moved since we put this together, so I'm very glad that we went with a different type of shelving unit for in here. But like I said, as you can see, there's not a lot of order. There's some semblance, so I put the heavier things on the bottom because in my mind I'm like, okay, heavier things should be closer to the bottom. But honestly, I don't really know where I'm going, right? There's stuff everywhere. It really needs to be organized. And some of this miscellaneous stuff, punch bowls, different things like that, all of that stuff honestly needs to be taken out of here and put in a place that's going to be better suited for it. So we're going to be removing some of this stuff and then definitely putting a lot of this stuff in the bins that I purchased and get this thing going. So I'm going to start out by honestly just emptying out this pantry and figuring out what my game plan is and how I want this to look. So let's get started. So there we go, guys, completely empty. Now I did leave our bread maker down there because it is something that we use all the time, and it's one of those appliances that are just big and bulky and they really don't fit into the kitchen anyway. And so I like keeping it in the pantry, but it doesn't necessarily need to go in a bin. I think right there is fine. So again, one of the main reasons why I wanted to do bins in here are because there's space in between each one of these barriers on the shelf. And honestly, things would fall through. It's really strong and really sturdy, but it's not the most convenient. So next I'm just gonna organize where I wanna put everything. I know the bread machine's gonna stay down there. It's big, it's bulky. I wanna keep it out of the way. But then I wanna see kind of how the bins are gonna look, how I wanna place them, and then decide what I wanna put inside of them. Okay, so now that I kind of have everything organized, I have an idea of what I want it to look like. Now I did leave space in between some of the bins because I do, like I said, I do have those storage containers that I want to be able to fit in here as well. So I left a little bit of space, and that way I'll be able to see those things. And now I'm really just going to kind of organize where I want to put everything and decide if that's the best place for it. Here we go. All right, so it took me a little bit of time, but I finally figured out where I'm gonna put everything, and so here is our finished pantry. So, a couple of things I moved around. Here are my Rubbermaid containers. I decided to put them in order of size just for me. That works. Even though I'll probably be using some of these things more frequently, I just think visually it looks really nice. All of our unused plastic, paper plates, anything like that, I put up top since it's pretty light. And then as you can see, I just kind of separated everything out by what it is. So anything in bags, I put on this side. Our canned goods, anything that we had in terms of breakfast-wise or in boxes, I put here in the middle. Extra pasta, and put all of our protein waters there on the bottom. And so everything fits, now is organized, and when I come into the pantry, I'll definitely be able to look and identify exactly what I need. So what did we learn from this video? Number one, don't give up on a house just because it doesn't have a pantry. Even though this was an unused space, I was able to look at it and say, you know, we can really use this for what we need it to be rather than maybe what it was originally designed to be. Number two, all of these changes are really simple. None of these baskets ran me more than $10. This shelving unit in and of itself didn't run us more than $50. And all of the food is just whatever you buy. And so you can really reuse the space in your house for under $100, honestly under $75, and really make this a usable space for what you need it to be. You don't have to spend a lot of money for it to be effective, and obviously for it to look good too. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.